Hello everyone, welcome to this brand new YouTube channel. My name is AJ and I've worked as a game developer for the last couple of years. I made this channel to report on the journey of building a game concept that I've been thinking about a lot for the last couple of years. So it's less of a game and more of a teaching tool for programming specifically. The idea is there are millions of units, whether it be soldiers or just units that you can move around, that you can control via direct programming, and you can write some code and you can control all these millions of units. And the reason why I need millions of units is because every other programming game allows you to move maybe 1 up to 10 units in real time, and it doesn't really give you the ability to test algorithmic complexity or see very cool patterns and shapes and visually learn at a large scale how your algorithm is working. So that's kind of how I've seen this project. I've been working on it for about 2 years now. However, due to the limitations of WebGL and not being able to use things like compute shaders or multi-threading directly from Unity, the game ended up being very slow and I was restricted to about 100 units, which is still pretty decent, but it's not enough to get to the point where I see this game. The good thing is I've had a lot of time to play around and experiment with the game concept, and I have a very good idea of how I'm going to bring this to a point where it feels satisfying to code something. And I think that's the biggest goal with this game. It's to give a satisfying experience of programming. I want to be able to write some code and press play and immediately visualize and see visually how that code is affecting these hundreds of thousands of units. And I think that will be a very satisfying feeling for people who are learning how to code instead of just seeing some console log outputs. The actual premise of the game I'm going to keep very open and fluid as I develop and see what comes out naturally from the tech that I'm implementing. Ideally, I'd like to build a combat-based game where you can create formations and fight thousands of units against other thousands of units, but it might also end up being a sandbox-like experience. For the MVP, I have planned a few levels, maybe 3 to 4, where the user comes into the site and is immediately able to code these units and see the result in real time and maybe solve some simple puzzles. And the goal is for me to gauge how people interact with the experience, and then using that I can judge what kind of gameplay would still be fun and not too challenging for the beginner to intermediate programmer coming into the experience. So that's the dream. It's to get someone who's not so interested in programming to get that sense of joy when they create something really cool. And hopefully that can inspire them to stay on the journey of programming and learn more by themselves. So that's the goal, and the technical limitation is obviously not having access to multi-threading or compute shaders, which I can solve by using the coolest new tech I've seen, which is WebGPU. WebGPU is a modern graphics API that allows you to talk directly to the hardware level of the graphics processing unit. So that's the insane benefit of WebGPU, and I think we're gonna see a lot more cool projects and high fidelity graphics on web. So that's another reason I started this new channel. It's to get the word out about WebGPU, build an engine using WebGPU and learn it myself. So it's kind of a shared learning thing, and I'm probably going to be live streaming most of the time when I work on the engine. So I'd love to hear any criticism about how I'm working on the engine. So that's the reason I'm making an engine. Now, without further ado, let me show you what I've got so far. I've put together a very basic renderer with WebGPU as a way for me to get the very very fundamental grips of how everything is working. I've got a simple void system here where you can spawn, say, 20,000 units, and they all collide with each other and move around each other, and we can move them using some code. So I've got the very basic skeleton. Now I need to refactor all of this and bring it into a more component based architecture where it actually feels like an engine. I'll probably be open sourcing this game engine as well, so love if anyone wanted to contribute as well. And I also have a blog where I'll be posting a lot of content about how I'm working on the engine and various smaller, more fine-grained techniques, like how I put together the compute shader and stuff like that. So yeah, this is what this channel is about. If you think it's going to be a cool journey, which I definitely think it will, feel free to stick around, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the first official devlog next time. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.